The financial year is coming to a close, and it has been nothing less than a roller coaster ride. We started this year with a lot of hope, with the hope of a COVID-free world, with the hope that we could come out again, but something hit us. The second wave of COVID came in the beginning of this year, and it hit us hard. It created pain, it created grief, it created despair. We lost our loved ones, we lost people who we knew. We lost people at the age when they didn't deserve to go. We lost people in a manner in which they didn't deserve to go. It created anger, it created rage, it created helplessness. But the human spirit picked up again, and with vaccinations coming in, we could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Although there was a hesitation, but we as humans continued to fight to regain that power, to regain that joy and freedom in our life. And as this financial year comes to an end, may that human spirit stays alive, and we take that human spirit in the next year, but this time with a lot of hope. This time we pray that we come back as humans in the next financial year to create more growth, more abundance, more joy, and more happiness wherever we go. Having said that, the harsh reality of business which you can't run away from is that you as an organization leader and your top management are always under a constant pressure to grow and improve their performance. But the pressure today is more than ever. With economy again picking up the growth path, and the globalization of business presents us with many opportunities, but at the same time there are various threats and challenges. It's a marathon race all the time. Businesses and organization leaders usually try to improve their performance by utilizing all their resources as much as possible, rather than focusing on what actually is constraining their growth. Just stop for a moment and think, why is it that you are in this business? Organizations and businesses are brought together for a purpose, their ultimate goal. And while trying to achieve that ultimate goal, you are required to make some changes in your policies and processes in response to some external pressures or external environment or other factors. As an entrepreneur or organization leader, you analyze, develop, and implement these changes in your processes in your business. The top management and associates often implement many improvement programs in the business, and I'm sure you must have also in the past year. But unfortunately, the results of most of these are often disappointing. Hey, it's Pratik Khublani, and today I'll be talking to you about a management philosophy called Theory of Constraints. TOC was developed by an Israeli physicist, Dr. Eli Goldratt. It's a management philosophy applied to running and improving organizations built for profit or any other goal. TOC is based on the assertion that every system, such as a business, always contains a limiting factor or a constraint. If that was not the case, then every business or a system will achieve unlimited amount of whatever it is trying to achieve, which is profits in case of a business. In other words, there always exists a limiting factor which restricts your system to reach its maximum potential. A condition always exists which restricts your sales, your production output, or whatever output you are trying to achieve. This limiting factor or constraint determines the maximum capacity of the system. And by managing only this single factor can take your business to a next level altogether. Let's look at it this way. What is the simplest way to measure the performance of a business? In my view, the simplest way to measure the performance of a business is its ability to achieve the objective it sets for itself. Now think about your business very closely. You will realize that there is always something which prevents you to make the maximum out of your efforts. There is always something which restricts your growth. You will realize that no business can grow limitlessly. In other words, there is always something which limits the growth, which is called the constraint in the TOC language. A business usually exists to make money, which is its ultimate purpose. The constraint is the factor which determines the rate at which a business can make money through the sale of its product and services in the market. While we are familiar with words like you cannot just keep on growing year after year or there is a limit to growth, it is not so familiar to think like there is only one constraint or one core problem of the business. Rather, what is common to hear is that there are several problems in the business and it is not possible to handle all of them. And that is where the problem lies precisely. First of all, we need to clear the air that having a constraint is something negative. Having one constraint is supportive of the fact that businesses are systems. A constraint is not good or bad, it can be either. If you neglect it, it will limit your business performance and become bad. And if you manage it well, it will become a true leverage point for your prosperity. Constraint determines your current level of performance. Either you manage the constraint or the constraint manages you. If the essence of TOC was to be summarized in one word, it would be focus. And focus is not just what to do, but mainly what not to do. TOC determines the both for you. It helps you to identify what to do and leave all the things apart. So if you want to experience radical growth in your business, where should you put all your focus? On your constraint and nowhere else at all. And TOC teaches precisely that. But is achieving growth enough? Or you need something else for your organization as well? Let me tell you a recent incident where I was having a discussion with one of our clients. They are from fashion industry. They said to me, Prateek, even in the times of crisis like this one, we have managed some growth in the last year. What else do we need? My answer to him was, at this time, businesses primarily needs two things. One is a good growth rate, which nearly all the managers and top management desire. And at the same time, a business needs stability in its processes. Most of the businesses have not been able to maintain a steady growth rate in the last year of crisis. But even if you've grown, you need stable processes to sustain and keep growing. People today are looking for stability. In such times, people should have clarity rather than confusion. They should be clear about how the company intends to grow and what are their expectations from the business. However, why most of the businesses are stuck is, despite knowing that there is no growth, despite knowing that people are looking for stability, despite knowing that competition is growing fiercely, they are still wearing horse blinders and doing only what they are told to do. Even though the challenges are staring right in the face, even though there is no growth, even though their businesses have become outdated, and even though they are struggling hard, still there is no change in the business. The need is of a reliable process which gives your business growth and your people stability. The question is, does such a process exist which can give you growth along with stability? A process or a solution whose results can not only be capitalized on, but also can be sustained. Can it happen in your organization? If you and your team spends some time with us over an assessment exercise, we would be able to tell you the answers to these questions in detail. So with this, we wish you the best for the next financial year, no matter how the previous year has worked for you. Remember, there was something in the last year which shaped you. Even in that pain, there was a purpose. Even in that despair, there was a dream that got shaped. So make sure you nurture that in the next year and have a blessed year ahead. And in the meanwhile, if you want to know more about what is stopping your growth, the limiting factor of your business, what is constraining the maximum out of your efforts, then get your business assessment done by us, and as a result, you are going to find out much more than what you currently know about your business. Hope to see you soon.